and everybody else at home who's waiting for loved ones, those who are yet to come back. God bless them. I hope you all come home safe. I hope this helps. This is not the answer here. At the end of the day, thinking nobody cares whether you're new in town, just arriving, it's cold outside, snow, rain, sleet, hot air. Someone just yelled at you the wrong way, or um, what have you. It's the fact that somebody actually out there, regardless of what race you are, what culture you are, what religion you practice, cares for you right here at home. This is a house of God. You don't just see this stuff at churches or by pastors out of the kindness of their hearts. God bless them, who make sure even I'm squared away with the latest updated stuff. I mean, there are people who would travel miles to see what I have here at my home. Kid you not, from generals to colonels to not just a face on a wall. Oh, he commanded 101st Airborne Division. Let's forget all about him, right? His daughter's name was Cricket. God bless her. I was there at that parade field. My sister was not even 5 feet away. So I'm feeling it, call her private. She's stationed deployed at Afghanistan right now, trying to help fight off Ebola. That's not exactly an easy task. And I hope y'all over there. I support to this day. And in fact, the Bible Study Bits group at Liberty had nice coffee meetings right at the Bible study for weeks on it afterwards, when I didn't even go there no more. Before they even were deployed. So obviously, friends care about friends. They don't sit there and harass friends for keeping you all employed. So remember that, doing the good Lord's work. That's what I'm getting at. I mean, there are people out there, you can take as much photos as you want to your heart's content of me. Just remember when you're doing the video part, be careful whose hands that falls into. Even when you're uploading it, virus protect, make sure stuff's up to date. Someone can grab that stuff and say, hey, let's spread some military hate here. Let's thrive on that misery. Did it work? No. Did it work on that guy crucified Jesus Christ before putting him on the cross? No. He died for us and he was reborn for our sins. I'm taking part where Jesus left off before he was put on that cross. Now you remember that, because that's a real threat. I'll tell you that to your face. I'm not going to stop now. Sure as heck not going to stop then. I'm not going to quit on you. I'm not going to give up on you. Rainy day, bad day. You could be sitting there having one miserable, lonely day, and I'll say something out of the blue with a cookie in hand or a cup of coffee. Hey, cheer up. You're not the last to wear that uniform. Wake the heck up. You're certainly not the first. You think you're all alone? Not on my watch. Care. I won't be running around spreading this that most generals have on most military installations. If you didn't get a copy, perhaps you should call General Coase or Colonel Edward. That's Brigadier right here at Fort Knox, Cadet Squared Away School, leading #1 school in the U.S. They're squared away. They know the fine points of leading by example. They have time for ignorance. They have time for everything else. They have an open door policy too. Just walk in there, hey, I go in there, hey, how's your day going? Oh wait, I care about you, even though I won't wake up for squat in the morning, but hey, I'm still here. I tell it like it is. Care. Not just for you kids out there being a dad to heart. I mean, this is my best way of supporting people and preventing suicide. Not just seen at the Irish hospitals for W.W.F program. By the way, do stop in sometime. That's their main address right there. Can't go wrong. Day or night. Preventing suicide. Touchy subject I touched months ago. Oh wait, I got a pile of pamphlets here I rated Miss Joyce's area before dropping it on a nice little magazine to help with her Wounded Warriors division. You guys thought you were all alone over there? You might want to rethink that. Not just doctors, people who care about you. No, Care Bear drops it at almost near 10 o'clock at night. What better way to feel great occasion. God bless those guys at the desk who saw me and pointed me the way upstairs. Just take a right, right, you'll get there. It's amazing. Pretty suicide. Here's a toll-free number again in case you ever know somebody running to somebody who's feeling depressed, new in town, doesn't have many friends, not opening up, doesn't care who you are. You could sit there and scold them all day long in uniform. Something's just not clicking. And you're sitting there hitting your head against the table, can't figure out why. Even the squad leader. Here's a hint. Be a friend. Do something rather than nothing. If you do nothing, you're just as guilty as... Well, you get the hint. Now that's a real friend. Honestly, if you didn't see that, there's something seriously wrong with that picture because to do nothing, you're not really afraid. You're not even there. Hello, wake up. Time you feel something. You're a robot in the world. Not just priests, churches doing it all the time, which is why I said maybe they should take him down, put me up there. He could use a month off. That's how most military people feel when they get out of the military, you know. It just brings a smile to Morgan Freeman in that movie. Jim Carrey pressing that remote. Like doing that typing, all of a sudden, a million emails come in. Could you pray for her? And he says, no. And the next 3 million, yes. Bruce Almighty, there you go. It doesn't just happen in movies. You know, sometimes, before I get online, it's like, gee, I wish I could wave a magic wand, and bam, I know the answer already. Not like that. Sometimes it takes hours. Sometimes they presidents, it takes minutes, days. 3 3/4, 3 3/16. It's not just on a ruler, my bad. Or an Abraham tank, supporting General Pet Museum, or, I know, the Duchess of York. She thought she was by herself. I don't even know what street she lives on. How does he know that? If he thinks watching over you. Thought you were by yourself. Are you kidding me? That would really roll over with Queen Diana up in the clouds, huh? God bless him. Well, yeah, you're back. Brown Mackey College. Check that out for those of you thinking of employment. University of Phoenix. Also check that out. Website. Obviously, Sarge did it. You can do it too. There's no such thing as an end of the road in the military. You can't stay in forever. Why do you think most people retire? There's a reason why. Or move on to a new branch, or try something new. How do you know if you don't try? Learn this stuff I learn it all by myself. Anyway, going to libraries like this, they help with correspondence courses too. Check that out when you're here arriving. When you're arriving here new in town, be sure to stop by these people. They have an amazing cafe right next door. Jill, cool off, Ben, talk with your peers about any job, how's employment going. Don't wait till the last minute. Even if you run out of time, you walk down memory lane, on your gear, your uniform, remember one more thing, as I said before. You're not alone in that uniform and you're not the last. It's a journey, not an end. At least you're not going it by yourself. God, that would really roll over Grandma way up there. Not on my watch. Carrying on, I thought I'd read something real morale inspirational, courtesy of Miss U.S.O. She knows who she is. She keeps these magazines of writing. I respond to her emails, and there with her little flashing eyelids. When she has time, square away. After many U.S.O. organizations, let me make sure I get one of these continuously. continuously having something to read to you folks of all ages, all races. Courtesy U.S.O. Oh, by the way, I support them too. Go to U.S.O.org. Donate every bit helps to a care package for a soldier in need of some kind of cheering up morale. You thought them generals were all by themselves. Aw, I see one blushing. That just makes me all hunky-dory inside. Wouldn't that make her a day at occasion at 4 a.m. wondering where I'm at? Golly. Who says Robert Williams should have all the fuck Bob Hope? God bless them. Here you got a page here on behalf of a nice little girl. Keep her in prayers, not just Miracle Make-A-Wish Foundations or people I pray for in hospital beds who wish they had one more day, one more week, one more month with those they love, fighting for the right to live, so you can live your American world peace dream. I tell it like it is. Always. That's why people respect me for who I am. I'm Emily How Young? Exactly. Could run your office if I wanted to. That's after coffee. God bless everybody watching. Yeah, back here. As you can see, anyway, another great thing idea to think about, there's a shortage on teachers in America and around the world. The military upholds, Army upholds one great course. Having you guys stay employed around here, not just at the BX. Just at the BX, I'll come to mind one more time eventually. Have so much stuff to cover here. Not just at the BX or SOCOM or everybody else that I care about all over the world. I can mention a lot of organizations, a lot of units, a lot of divisions. What is that? Call it a gift. It's a gift to relate to somebody in a young and know exactly where they need reassurance. Everybody gets reassurance. It could be a general, colonel, commander, sheriff, firefighter, somebody who's standing there unsure of things, future unset, what now? Well, you read the Bible, what then? Well, you walked outside, what then? Exactly. The future is not set. You don't just see it in Terminator. It's made. Like a watch. It's always moving forward like New Year's Eve, ready or not. Science is something we should not fear. We should embrace it. We have Mars now. Earth 2. Read up sometimes. National Geographic, if you're right. I mean, undiscovered countries, Mars. You see on Earth all the day, all the time. So we're popping in before we know it, we have to expand to another planet. Wouldn't that be a miracle? So watch it in movies like Apollo 13, one of my favorites. God bless that crew, everybody else. Aha! they're sitting there praying for better days ahead or just had a long day. Rest assured, sir, ma'am, you're not alone. It's certainly not the last. Granted, I'm getting the crap kicked out of me half the time, as Jesus did before he was put on that cross, but hey, I'm still standing. I can take a beating and still stand. A smile for Minnie and for my son. For all kids out there. They deserve the very best future that we're making. They get it like a clay. You form it. Not just that arts and crafts store. Not your local post or off base. You should then go have all that fun at Picasso. Not that real. That free spirited. That giving. Self-sacrifice. Again, I had to learn half this stuff on my own. I did it all from a multi-billion-dollar network I built on a laptop. Google searchables, family-friendly, to take on your cell phone, go on a trip with, still carrying me around. Yeah, back here. Some of you darlings want to know if there's a shirt coming out. That rumor? I'm working on it, like everything else. We should fashion designers have all the fun. Yes, I always need designers. If it weren't for many of you, and some of you, I'm not going to mention any names, not just seen in women's magazines, we would all be walking around in caveman clothes, buffalo coat. God bless you all. I did tell it like it is. My dad, he thought it was just Heidi Klum by herself. Who do you think watches over her and her family? How Tyra Banks, or the rest of the Sports Illustrated women. They're just a face on a photo or a magazine. Exact same meaning. They're always welcome in my house, by the way. They're not. Bachelor pad here in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Very cute. Let me see here. It's coming to mind. Let me see. Teddy's travels. Marine's father carries his daughter a birthday gift throughout Afghanistan. I'm giving her the experience of where I've been through this teddy bear. Marine Sergeant Anthony Ortiz. Do you see that? 9th Special. God bless you and your daughter. Sure. It should not be no surprise the selection of a stuffed animal in Afghanistan is limited. They're not really a hot commodity here. Missing loved ones is a pretty universal sentiment. Through so, the thought of being absent for yet another milestone, as multitasking yes I am, I even do it without even trying. Hello, just watching some of the Muppets. Pay attention to him, right there. He's not doing this for hello. Wake up, that's after coffee. Why should Howard stir it out? Continue on. It is his daughter's life, God bless him. Breed sorry Anthony Ortiz to track down one of the rare plush toys. Anderson Cooper, Bill Wright, God bless him too, who watched this channel, make a little express space in the pack. Basically, I haven't been there for a lot. Continue on with this story. Overlay said Ortiz to combat Cameron with Combat Logistics Regiment 2, Regional Command South. But this is the second deployment I've been on. And this is a year-long one for my daughter, who has only been alive for 3 years. She's coming up on her 3rd birthday. More than 8 months after leaving home, he's slipping the floppy-eared teddy bear into his pack before heading on patrol. The brown-white twins accompany Ortiz from then on. He moved around Helmand Province. It's giving her a little bit of myself and all my travels, and Ortiz who posed for a picture with the bear of each installation he visits. I'm giving her the experience of where I've been through this teddy bear. It can represent all the different landmarks we hit together. And then I'll send it to my daughter because at every place I've been all around Afghanistan, up and down, she was always on my mind. The traveling Jew has bounced from base to base, endured inclement weather and dangerous routes through the desert, and got more than a few inquisitive gazes from our other Marines. I definitely got some looks and some concerns. I loved it, said Ortiz, who admit as soon as I told them why I do anything, while doing it, everybody else's eyes just flared up. They wanted to do the exact same thing. Ortiz, who had already seen many of his peers and had head home, the toil was a welcome distraction. He neared the last month of his deployment. You just have to take it one day at a time, said Ortiz, who also served in Iraq. You can talk about it, you can read about it, but unless you live it, you can't really tell somebody passionately what is going to entail, how they're going to feel, or what's going on to go on in their head, like in movies. For example, you always wait from your families, you'll experience it together, and you'll never have closer friends. You just do the mission, come home together, he said. During his 9 months as combat camera Marine in Afghanistan, Ortiz accompanied infantry units on patrol through villages and rode with convoy along trails from one end of Helmand province to the other. He also compiled an extensive collection of photographs for commanders in the field of families back home. It's just a great feeling because you come back from a mission, you're dirty and you're tired, so you look at the images you have life, you have an inventory capture. As cameraman, however, Ortiz doesn't often find himself in front of the lens. Most photographers don't like to get their pictures taken. I observed Ortiz. I'm actually that photographer. I love to go get his picture taken for once. I get to be the person in the photos. Feels good because knowing those pictures are intended for my daughter to go with well-traveled teddy bear and the photos. He also designed a card for his daughter, nothing fancy admitted, but the best he could manage under the circumstances. His collection complete, Ortiz bid farewell to his traveling companion September 5th before bundling the beer, photos, and card into an ordinary postal box before mailing it to his daughter in Manzis, Virginia. The bear is ready to go, my daughter, said Ortiz, just before sending the package. I know it's not a nicely wrapped gift for a birthday, but you know it's next year. Corporal Paul Pearson is currently deployed to Afghanistan with the 2nd Marine Logistics Group. God bless you all over there. Y'all come home safe. You haven't done so already. Many times over. Okay, take care. Right here for now. Muy on. Slow. They say photos tell 1,000 words. Here's one. Look at that. That's just seen at homecoming welcoming ceremonies like I've been to. 3rd ECS. God bless all of them. I've yet to show a nice video on the continuation of my understanding of what love really is, not just seen at the airport or in movies like A Lot Like Love, the beginning scene. Hugh Grant. Amazing masterpiece, but in my own words. Continuing on, I'll show you the definition of love. Love comes in many shapes and forms. It's something you can't buy, can't throw in the trash can, and sure as heck can't take for granted. 90% of models who pose almost butt naked end up losing their boyfriends. Why is that? Because of the one word in relationships that should not exist. It's called jealousy. There's no place for it in a relationship. If someone doesn't believe in you for who you are or what you have to give out of heart, not just what you do for a living, or wearing Victoria's Secret all day long, or smiling in front of the beautiful camera, then they don't deserve what you have to give out of heart. I tell models this to their face on Facebook, even for their birthdays, sometimes at 4 in the morning. It just dawns to me, hey, Tyra Banks, I think I'll hit her upside the head with a Facebook message starting the following birthday gift. Do I look old? Question mark. She's probably asking herself. Age is meaningless. I hear the new 40 is the new 20 now. I don't just read this in magazines. My bad. Oh wait, she's blushing. Someone actually cares to remind her happy birthday. Who would do that? An officer's son of the Air Force? Why do you think he went Army instead of Air Force? Meanwhile, he sports who? Who else around the world? Look at that right there. What's that say? Honestly, if I didn't care about them, I wouldn't be having their main flag on my bedroom door, guest room, my bed. All piles of newspapers, all about them. That life the library would be proud of in Congress. They're hard, they're kids. Morale division, sometimes being even grandparents, they're kids too. It's their turn to play. You thought you had it easy as a kid growing up, now it's their turn. Dunkin' Donuts, Grandma, okay. Golden Corral, Denny, sightseeing, fishing, okay. Xbox, how a tank. Diablo, we're getting somewhere. Spend time with them because you never know it. Like me, I've been through experience. You never know when their time is up. You wish you had more time. That's what I think about on Sundays. You call about them in heaven. I always tell like that. Oh, there's a Coast Guard scene. Look at that. You thought you want to see that in the Guardian, the movie? Kevin Costner? You might want to rethink that one. That guy's never alone. Purple Heart. More about that one next weekend. Well, again, Veteran Crisis Communication Hotline. Check that out. Be your friend rather than somebody just sits there and does nothing, waits till it happens. That goes on in every general commanding base general's mind. Did I take care of all my men, women, troops? I hope to God I did. There's always that one soldier who doesn't care how you feel at the end of the day, or whether you addressed them in an inspection for all uniforms by platoons log. Something tells me either A, because they grew up solely by themselves, didn't have parents, or what have you. Helps talk about things, sit down one-on-one, not humiliate them in front of their whole platoon. Pull them aside and say, hey, can we have a talk? Because I'm about to go get Care Bear. I'm pulling my hair out here. Head fake as the desk just doesn't work these days. I'm about to write him a dang Facebook. My bad. The life that would give an average female a hard on. Carry on. Do you know who these people are? I didn't just read this growing up throughout the years. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Care Bear had to read this before going out on a date. Reading a comic book, playing Xbox. This was number one. It wasn't just computer, here, get lost. No. Watch it and kick raw fast. Man, I might watch right here. Look at that. I was even learn things. God bless the guy who created Sochi Olympics. Who's that? Putin? My bad. He watches this channel too. Every other president. You don't see this in the Philippines. They're in here too. Jamaica, Havana, Haiti. God bless that guy. Squared away. You want for the little people, half of your hotels won't even run right. The Amazon. Mercon T, the great chief, speaks Portuguese and is a proud advocate for his people. Look at my son. Amazon tribe. Romo Rapini, an internationally known chief, is one of the few Kayapos who still wear their mahogany lip plate. God bless him. You know why I call upon them even in prayers? Because the Amazon tribes have been there longer than any ancestral tribe. Where do you think everybody comes from? Not just in the U.S., but around the world. Lately, their land is being taken over by water invasion, overpopulation, and everything else. So y'all keep them in your prayers. They need it. Write to their Congress. Hey, this is their land. Deserve it. Wildlife reservation. Hold on. Leave it to somebody who speaks for all nations as ambassadors to figure this out. Not just reading a National Geographic magazine. Or speaking a different dialect. Or praying for these families too. God bless them. Baby could be covered up all in one and I still know your eyes. You can take off the mask now and see the rest of you. Still beautiful in God's eyes. There's a rail, no problem. Animal of interest, why should Indiana Jones have all of them? I have so much respect for tribes around the world and here in the U.S. because, again, they make Mother Earth what it is. To take it from them would be like going to bed with no coffee or taking your own life for granted. I mean, it's not right. So keep them in prayers. They need it. Russia, God bless them. I understand next Olympics is going to be in Korea. How about them apples? Yeah, I'll stay tuned on that one. Especially him, he watches. More right on, not just General McConnell who watches his channel and everybody else. Gary Valesky, God bless them. World War II veterans, y'all thought you were alone. Oh, I thought you were all alone. I would be reading one of these, or General Patton, my bad. Someone's smiling right now. You thought it was just Minutemen, the movie? It's these guys too. God bless them all. God bless you all who served. Or still serving. Moving on. SMA Chandler stocks taps employment concerns here at the Gold Standard, Fort Knox, Kentucky. I support these people to this day. He's not just a face on a painting or a wall. You see that guy right there? And then that one next to him that helps the Veterans Department employment area. They're not just people, they get around. Sergeant Major of the Army Raymond Chandler III tours the UPS facility. How many people even looked at the UPS for a job employment? Postal Service, you know, it gets a bit nerve-wracking when they're just seniors there and nobody coming down, youngins coming down the hallway to help out. They can't have all of them. You should volunteer or something. Maybe in the door eventually. Not just a Red Cross nearby, Red Cross Elizabethtown, Carolina there. I read right there all the time. Not just with Fort Knox, that's for Red Cross, church choir, being part of a church choir. Watching football. It's great. If I was doing moving any faster, as I said before, I'd be like the Matrix. He's around here somewhere. It's not when you're not looking for him, he eventually shows up, even at eventually 3 in the morning. All of his guardians, those looking out for him, and everybody else, courtesy of the most elite of elite. I have friends who look out for me as I look out for them, even in prayer. Reading on, supporting necessary military transitioning, courtesy of my Master Sergeant Michelle Chan, U.S. Army Human Resources Command Public Affairs. I tell it like it is, caring for them. They know it. Care. If I didn't care about all you, I wouldn't be trying so hard to keep you all employed. I tell it like it is. Sitting down. There we go. again. You know somebody, see somebody, say something. These people aren't, average grandparents, family members. There are people who actually care about people. They talk to people. Care about people. Know how to talk to somebody and still stand up or smile. Liking one another. Carrying on. Sergeant Major of the Army Raymond Chandler at the third visit to UPS and Corner World headquarters in Louisville, Kentucky, January 7th, to lead a roundtable discussion with company leaders and area soldiers to hear feedback about the Army's Transition Assistance Program. Do you know they have that? TAP over the past year, which is around the U.S. Check your local Veterans Association or Veterans Department for further information. To help transitioning soldiers leaving the military, PCSing, what have you. No soldiers ever alone, not on my watch. Not the last. People I suppose. In the Veterans Department, look it up. My search bar above. Pulled it up. Real fast. Really. A lot of stuff I had to learn on my own. Manually. Physically walking the street. Doors closing on you. I know how it feels. Trying to get employment. You thought you were alone in New York or anywhere else. You might want to rethink that, Petal. Not just a villain. Kid. As they transition from Army and return to civilian employment across the country, the Soldier Realized Transition Assistance Program is intended to ensure all eligible transitioning soldiers have the education, training, and counseling necessary to be career ready in the global workforce. In the past, a vast amount of Army was finding out what they needed as they were going out the door, said Sergeant Major Anthony Williams, U.S. Army Human Resource Command Transition Division. Sergeant Major, the current transition process is set up to give soldiers the best opportunity to go from separation of active duty to civilian sector. The current program includes briefing about Veterans Affairs, business workshops on how to find jobs, draft resumes, write job search jobs, documents. Frank Johnston, SFL TAP manager for Knox, helps soldiers navigate the program. My main concern is to make sure soldiers who walk in get the best possible help, Johnson said. I want to make sure we don't lose the personal one-on-one touch that is helping individual soldiers. SFL TAP requires transitioning soldiers to develop an individualized plan with goal of pursuing either an education, technical, entrepreneurial track. We do have a better job in identifying transitioning soldiers for businesses and matching their skills to the civilian sector in order to make them employment ready. Chandler said, now, one thing, caution you. Transitioning is one thing, doing is another. You can go to college all you like, but you have to have work-on experience. People look at you, and it's not just your resume. Your resume does stand out and it identifies your character, what you put in the resume, but does not sell you the job. 9 times out of 10. What sells you the job is showing your personality that you can do the job. They can't stand there and try and do the interview for you. I mean, reality checks in. If you want something bad enough, you got to go in there with your feet, your head high, and say, hey, I'm somebody, I can do this. I may not have the right experience, but I'm a fast learner. Something company CEO, global Fortune 500, people I know won't hesitate, grab by the ears, know the heart, they watch this channel too. USA jobs, God bless them. Everybody else, medical field, etc., they want to see hands-on experience. Can you do this? That's what they want to know. You can't just walk into a trauma unit and say, hi, I'm a doctor. It doesn't work like that. They want to know you can actually do the job that you were Crying out for volunteering, I tell it like it is. These TAP counselors can't be there to do the job interview for you, unfortunately. You can't hold your hand. Doesn't work like that. They can sit there and call you back and say, hi, glad you got the job. And not tell me what. Carry on. We have to do a better job of identifying transitioning soldiers for businesses, again, matching their skills to civilian sector in order to make them employment ready. Chandler said many of the nation's biggest companies have been very strong supporters of the Army Transitioning Assistance Program in hiring veterans. The United Parcel Service, or UPS, for example, employs nearly 24,000 veterans, representing 7.5% of the company's U.S. domestic workforce, and plans to hire 50,000 veterans by the end of 2018. Did y'all hear that? UPS hiring. Okay. Veterans by the end of 2018. The roundtable offered its human resource house they could pay off that $90 billion deficit. Can help transitioning soldiers, not just during Christmas. Many companies that I support, many companies like UPS emphasize the importance of translating skills into civilian language and certification. Military jargon can be extractor when an HR person is looking at your resume, said Emmanuel Warren, UPS Human Resource Manager. He recommended soldiers use terminology civilian employers will easily understand. Chandler said another challenge is soldiers tend to understand themselves. He said they need to better articulate what they did to contribute to the organization and highlight what they can do as an individual. Several soldiers and UPS hires said networking. Getting to know people who consist in creating connections with potential employers is crucial when looking for jobs. Chandler talked about the importance of creating a relationship, taking advantage of resources available. Referrals are a big part of how companies find people. There are resources out there like American Corporate Partners and Hiring Our Heroes that will place you with a mentor and provide career advice. I highly encourage people to take a look at them. Chandler said networking is the absolute key thing. If you have the opportunity to visit a company, do it, said Patrick O'Leary, UPS Veterans Affairs Manager. God bless. And UPS continues to look for very opportunity to connect with veterans and help in their transition in the civilian labor force. Yeah, we are honored to get one from these Americans into our company or system and find the right position for them elsewhere. The skills and experience they bring are valuable to UPS and the other corporations. These can also be, there's a magazine at the Barr Library here on Post you should pick up sometime. It has job listings, U.S. job listings. It looks at you in the face at the coffee shop. That one on the free rack, that one too. They help out keeping military corporations, not just seen at banks or anywhere else that you might think of or wanting to try out, even the UPS job listing. Yes, another good place that helps with that. God bless them. High position for them elsewhere, the skills and experience they bring value to UPS and other corporations. I thank the UPS team for facilitating roundtable and discuss the road ahead. Especially with those companies and don't have the resources to reach a company like UPS. Between the public and private sector, we have to do a better job of helping small businesses get greater access to available amounts of social for our transitioning challenge. They are the economic engine for our country. They have a challenge in getting the same access as the major corporations at job fairs and hiring fairs and so forth. Chandler ended the roundtable by challenging soldiers to be aggressive. When going through their transition is your future and you have to take charge of it. Do it have a lot better we have in the past, he said. Engagement with soldiers over the past 4 years, Chandler will take the lesson learned back from roundtable back to the Secretary of the Army and the Army Chief of Staff to assess how the Army can continue to improve the welfare of soldiers and their families. God bless. Now, what's going on? Another heart-touching story I wanted to tell you about, being somebody who prays for all nations, all races, all cultures, is Army Second Lieutenant Jonathan Taylor, an ROTC graduate from the University of Hawaii. Mahalos. Oh, there, all you friends I care about. And an Air Defense Artillery officer assigned to Charlie Battery, 35th Air Defense Artillery Brigade, Ulsan Air Base, South Korea, embraces his birth mother for the first time after searching for years. Is that I think that hard time thing. Don't think it's everybody, every parent like myself. Look at that. Imagine what peace does. Two countries working together, not just helping destroy landmines. That would be Queen Diane's legacy. If you can turn down a nuke, you can take apart a landmine. It's not rocket science over there. Hello, Kim Jong Jr. He watches this channel. He knows he does. Brother from different mom. Yeah, better wake up. One day that boring wall called the DMZ will come down. Why should President Reagan have all that fun? Wouldn't that be a nice dream? Carry on. God bless him and everybody else around the world trying to lead by example. Not an easy job. But here I am carrying and praying for all of you. By Staff Sergeant Heather Denby, 35th Air Defense Artillery Brigade. Sometimes the questions we ask lead us to answers we least expect. For Army Second Lieutenant Jonathan Taylor, the choice to give back to his country by serving in the military brought a chance to meet the mother he never met, another mother he'd always wanted. Carrying on. Let's see. His parents were proud of the son they had adopted. Taylor was grateful for all they had done while caring for him over the past 15 years. Barry and Kathy Taylor were unable to conceive a child of their own and decided to apply for overseas adoption. They were approved by Korean Adoption Agency, and the 5-year-old Jonathan left his orphanage in South Korea to start a new life in Lowell, Massachusetts. My dad greeted me at the airport with a big hug. Taylor said he gave me a banana and a stuffed animal. Mr. Bunny, I think I still have the whole thing. Despite having a loving new family, Taylor said it in his mind often would drift to the few memories he still had of his birth mother and his short time living in South Korea. One of my earliest memories of my birth mother was when she would place me on her back while walking around town selling bubblegum. He said, we were poor. There were 7 of us that would sleep on the floor of a small shack. Sometimes I would pick wild berries to help with the hunger pains in my stomach. On the day I went, the orphanage continued. He continued to remember my grandmother crying as she waved goodbye to my mother and I on the bus. My mother placed me on the corner of the road and said she'd be right back. She never came back. Taylor kept a small photograph of his mother hidden in the bunk bed at the orphanage until one day it too disappeared. And although he had no longer remembered her face as he grew older, he spoke of his mother and his life before America was with his friends. Taylor's story spread through the word of mouth, ultimately reaching a woman in South Korea, Min-Hae Kim, a mother of 2 and a New York State University graduate. God bless her. To help Taylor reunite with his birth mother and decide to retrace the administrative process of his adoption. While researching his early childhood, she invited him to spend time with her family in Seoul, and Taylor agreed to pay Kim's a visit. I was so impressed with him, Kim recalled. I asked my son to email him and see what kind of things he would like to do during his visit to South Korea. Jonathan said he only wanted one thing, to try and find his birth mother. I told him that if you cannot find your mother, I'll be your mother, your Korean mother. Taylor said that the Kim family continued to visit each other, and finally Min-Hae had found what she was looking for. She coordinated to meet Taylor at the orphanage she was sent to as a child to share the special news he had been hoping for. We went and saw the nursery room full of little babies all waiting to be adopted. The 35th Defense Artillery Brigade said, God bless all of you over there. And then my birth mother walked in. I couldn't remember her face, but when we shared our first hug, it was like she had never left. His birth mother cried and apologized, leaving him years ago. He said that the two spent the day visiting tourist sites around Seoul and then said their goodbyes. After being commissioned as an Air Defense Artillery officer, Taylor said he knew he had wanted to be stationed in South Korea. But it wasn't to spend more time with his birth mother he had it. Through the reunion was exciting. He said the excitement wore off, but memories of bond lingered. Meanwhile, he added his relationship with the Kim family blossomed, and he felt at home in the Kim's modest middle-class apartment. Then he had with his birth mother or in his own apartment in the Songtin district. We were so grateful for the chance to have met him. Kim said he kind of enlightened my life too. You know, we never appreciate our parents. Going through this experience with him made me realize how many own parents were just trying to do their best, even in the worst kind of situation. Taylor said his introduction to Kim, his reunion with his birth mother, and his military assignment to the city where he was born much more than could have expected. There were so many questions I had growing up, and I answered it. I thought I already figured out, but I wasn't ready for any of it. He said the lessons I learned from my adopted parents or my education from the military is all prepared me to embrace both the good and the bad things that happen in life. The truth is sometimes the answer we just aren't what we expect. God bless you and all those still trying to find parents, loved ones. I hope you find them. I know it's not easy, especially being haven't been adopted or wanting to be adopted, and those who have yet to be adopted. I hope you find again parents worthy of them, which is also why I sponsor the most greatest admiration children's bedtime story program known to mankind for the whole world to view. It's for all your kids out there, for those who want some kind of love, devotion, friendship, security, teddy bear to hug. Well, here he is, staring at you in the face. Care, care. I always tell it like it is. Not for my health, no. It's not for his health. When he comes around on post, most generals will tell you he's not out in the rain, the snow for his health. If you think that, you deserve a life vest. They'll be taken out by some AWAC airline and dropped off in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean with a life vest. It's a probably eyes. They'll tell you that. I'm not there. See you when we come back. It's not going to be today. Jim Carragher explained that a little better. World War II Hell Week. Why Kursk and Sicily shattered the Germans and captives in Paris and American families. Goes on and on. God bless you all. Being stalked. Let me see here. Barr Library. What's going on at the BX? Yeah, 90% is for February. Hello. Don't wait till the last hour. They're in stock at the BX now. Women love chocolates, especially at 3 in the morning. Why should they with them all the time? God bless them. Running around their hands cut off. Trying to get you a nice cake to give that little loved one before the last hour because you forgot to give him or her a Valentine's Day gift card. You don't just see that in movies like You've Got Mail. Or Julia Roberts, Notting Hill, and everyone else. God bless them that made that movie possible. Carrying on. Haven't drank a bunch of coffee and tea earlier. Gotta watch your health. By the way, the flu's going around, so make sure you have your flu shot. Make sure you have that anti-immune whooping cough vaccine. That way you don't spread it to pass it on to your little infant, toddler, newborn you just saw and had to take off real quick because you had to be deployed. Who's waiting for you to come back safe a year from now. You're counting the days. You're looking at that calendar. Almost time to go home. Keep it in fact, communication goes far in life. You want something to happen, you need to communicate. Them sacrificing their time back here home, they're putting their life and friendship on the line as much as yours. Just because you're married to Army or Marines, U.S. Air Force, Coast Guard, what have you, That doesn't make it right for you to blow them off, forget about them, make them watch the news all day and sit there and worry by a phone, whether you're going to call or not. Send a postcard, send an email, show you care, even through radio satellite somehow. Use someone's iPad, heck. Improvise, soldiers. You want your relationship to survive? I suggest you do the work that created the relationship together, got you there. Before you enlisted in the military, that would have been beneficial. And if you got a Dear John letter saying life moves on, sorry so-and-so, I wasn't willing to wait, well, at least you're not alone, and you're not the last. I know how that feels, trust me. Correspondence. Hello, Fort Knox, Facebook. Facebook mean anything to you women? Okay, good. Some of you have gotten numerous messages and have yet to even respond. Oh wait, one gave me a power-up. That was months ago. At least I got something. Proud of you. We're working on communication here. Who else? What else? Oh yeah. No matter where you go in life, you always feel at home here. There are people who come all the way across the other side of the world and want to be right here. Do you know why? Because they feel at ease. They feel a sense of belonging. A guide and a beacon that says, hey, that guy cares about you. Obviously, he's watching out for your investments next door. He wouldn't be standing there for his help, drinking a cup of coffee. That's his house, by the way. My bad. While you go off and take on the world. What do you think homebody means for a single dad? Golly. That goes for all you dumbs and darlings, especially your models. You seen the Saint the movie? Okay, the Crow put those two together. What do you got? Care, right? Some of you little guards looks out for you. Cares about you, regardless what kind of day you had. Meryl Streep couldn't have told you a few poems after coffee. Don't just see her on Devil Wears Prada, my bad. Or everybody else. Again, Care cares preventing suicides, saving a life that needs saving. Why? Because I care about you. Some people even try to slide this flyer of me and my smiling face and autograph around under your door. They're trying to tell you something. They care about you. They're not running around in uniform. They've been through your ranks. Don't give them that fudge cake chef nonsense that morning because you didn't want to tie your shoes in time. Because you like making them pull weeds as much as you afterwards because you failed inspection. And they failed with you. It's because they care about you. They've been where that rank is. The more rank you get, the more he wants. Goes on and on and on until you're an officer, and then you realize where the officers are coming from. Trust me. They'll tell you to their face, wait till you get to my rank. You see these books? I didn't learn all this stuff by myself here. No. Casury. Okay, that was just the start. Especially me having a psychology one. Golly. Juggling a kid at the same time who wants to drop kick his dad for a trampoline? I don't think so. Y'all give up at 1 month before graduation with those college degrees? There's something wrong with that picture. Okay, dude, why can't you? You see a diploma coming? You see that one nice walk down the stage? You're dressed in a nice black or blue outfit or class school colors? Why the heck do you want to quit now? Oh, see if you didn't want it bad enough, like water, you wouldn't be trying. So, that goes for all you in high school. Hey, that's my Twizzlers. Give it a kid. Got just at the bullies. Made you look. Carry on. You're not making them smaller. Bigger. They're actually making them tighter. Certain square way, hard-working, kind-hearted mom, Junior looks after me when I come by the theater on base. Okay, where'd you hide the stash? You know, it's around here somewhere. Hey, that's Starboard. My bad. She makes her laugh every time. Brings out the kid in me. Watching the Hobbit squarely. Next up, Bedtime stories for all you kids out there. Aww. About ready to grab your blankets. Here are Pop-Tarts. That stash you hid under your parents' bed. Would you hide it? You hide it under their bed. That works both ways. That's, a T-Rex. Yeah. Oh, wait. That's something for you to fall over. My bad. I just wanted to make sure you were awake. Damn. It's a good way to start the holidays while you're tripping over something that didn't touch your feet at the same time, so you jump around my leg. Yay! We're getting something. Much love to all you serving and those served or those who gave their lives for this country. God bless you and all your families all over the world. Y'all watch your health. Otherwise, I'm telling. In Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2, you'll get that picture. Let's go.